Hello. So today I will be sharing some of the practical mistakes that I made today, which have led me to lose a lot of money which I had gained as a profit. Initially, it all started with CHF I saw that it has taken buy side and sell side liquidity. This happened because there was a news in JPY today, and I totally ignored it. I forgot about it. I couldn't check it. So my perspective for this was it's in an uptrend. It met a roadblock. It was supposed to come down. Now that it has taken buy side, sell side liquidity, there was a possibility that it might tap some FVG and order block here and might give us a downfall. Wishing for that, I placed multiple orders here with heavy lot size. And as you can see, initially it did not go anywhere. And whilst being impatient, I removed all of these orders, ending up in a minor, in a few number of, not a few, but multiple minor losses. And let me tell you, these losses, they add up by the end of the day. And that's exactly what happened today. The first few losses were here. So what went wrong, right? As you can see, there were no clear FVGs or order blocks formed here from where we can see, from where we can confirm and definitely say that the price will fall down. I don't know on what basis I was taking these trades, but I did end up taking these trades. I guess I went on a little lower time frame. I I generally never go on 5-minute time frame. This is something that I've started recently, and safe to say I'm regretting it. Especially when there is no confirmation from a higher time frame. If the lower time frame is in congruence with the higher time frame, then it's excellent for small stop loss and gaining bigger profits, having the right entry. But in this case, as you can see, there was no congruence. There was no FPG or order block on 15 minutes. Nor was there anything on 1 hour time frame. Initially, it did end up where I wanted it to be, but that doesn't count because we couldn't capture it and it wasn't the right entry. Now, let's discuss what could be a right entry. Here you can see there is buy side, sell side liquidity. This entire thing becomes a breaker block. Now this breaker block plus this overlap, this serves as a strong POI for the price to tap again, to tap and move downwards. This is a place from where we can definitely tell that it is going to give some movement downside. So what was our first mistake? To not find the right evidence, to not have the right confirmation and a very solid proof that the price will drop from there. Even though we knew it would, but there was no confirmation on the screen and it got formed later. So this principle is going to come over and over again in this video, that you have to wait for the right time. No matter how optimistic you are feeling about the trade. Next. First thing, this this pair was something that I randomly found. I did not plan on trading this for weeks or for days. I did not. So let me just remember. I don't think it keeps disturbing me. Yes. I wasn't paying attention to this pair and I wasn't really sure what was going on in it. But all I saw was it was tapping its last POI. This was its last POI, and this is the mitigation block. This was the mitigation block on 4 hour. Because there is a mitigation block, this order block won't be taken because mitigation block has a greater importance than the normal order block. And I saw that okay, this is the last POI, then price has to move downwards from here. And that's why I took a few entries here with again very heavy lot sizes. As you can see here, the same mistake from the previous pair has occurred here. No proper confirmation, no proper FVG, nothing. And I don't know what basis was I trading this. See, there is no FVG on 5 minutes. There is no FVG on 15 minutes either. Just a small one here that I'd marked, but it doesn't count. Nothing on 1 hour. It's very plain. Now this is a place from where you can trade. See here, it's a big ass FVG on 1 hour time frame. If I draw it. This is one big FVG. Now once price taps this one and then goes down, we can then be sure that okay, the price wants to go down now. You can't enter merely on the fact that this swing low was broken. But now that it has this FVG to tap, it has this order block to tap. After taking the swing low, we can say that definitely it can go down. Not definitely, but the probability of it going down has increased. There was also one more probability of it making a turtle soup, but before that it took the swings low, so I don't know if it will make a turtle soup or not. We'll have to wait and observe. Again, patience come into play. Next was this one. Now for this, it was going to be a counter trend, and I was looking after this pair for quite a long time. This was the place I was planning to buy from. And what do we have to do? We have to wait till it comes here. But meanwhile, I decided to take a counter trend trade because the previous day high was grabbed. There was 1 week's POI. This green colored POI is the 1 week's POI. And there was this rejection from 1 hour FPG. So thought maybe that could be a good entry point. I should have had entered here when it broke the swing low, but the time I couldn't do it. I did not notice it, and I missed this movement. And then this yellow colored one has a mitigation block coming from behind. So when the news came, there was this sudden hike in the price in this pair, and I had marked these POIs, these yellow colored POIs previously. I was planning that okay, the price will come here and then it will go down. This was again supposed to be a counter trend trade, and I assume that is the reason why these POIs did not work. And I'm also very unsure at how news giving this movement, this positive movement towards upside, abiding the trend, how that all is going to play. Also, as I told you, mitigation block serves greater importance than any other blocks below it. So that could also be a factor why these other blocks did not get respected because the trend was supposed to be up, it wanted to go up, and then there was this mitigation block from where it took the support and went up during the news. But my mistake here was to, by this time, I did not place very heavy lots, but I had exhausted a lot of my capital. And that's why I had no mental energy to wait in the trade. Plus, I also had this urgency to recover my losses. And because of it, I ended up taking multiple trades here at the same place. Because I took it, then I removed it. I took it, then I again removed it, thinking, okay, I should or I shouldn't. I should or I shouldn't. And in that process, I made multiple losses again in the same day. So this is something we definitely have to avoid when you make a heavy loss, a hefty loss, something that you can't take. You should skip that day because I totally forgot to see. I totally forgot to follow my own words that a mitigation block serves greater importance than other blocks. And I kept waiting for this one. I kept waiting for the lower one, thinking, okay, it will come back down. But now seeing these POIs being trashed, I don't see any possibility of it coming down because I think this mitigation block was the only block it was taking the support from. Anyways, I don't know what will happen next. It might also make a turtle soup and come down. I don't know about that. But here, my logic was totally clouded by the losses that I had taken, because of which I couldn't see the importance of this mitigation block. And also the impulsivity to place multiple trades and the indecisiveness, removing them over and over again, taking losses. It was terrible. And the biggest one of all for today. I was very certain about this trade. US 100 before the FOMC news. It had these multiple strong POIs. This was a breaker block because buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity. And initially it started going in my direction. But later it just went boom and upside. My fault here was to have a very heavy lot size, to be overconfident. I thought, okay, down is the way to go. It has nowhere to go, but I was totally wrong. I still couldn't understand why it went up. For me, I would say it did not go up as such, but rather it gathered liquidity from up and down, both the sides. Because the news was very stable. It was as predicted. So there wasn't much of a movement in this one. That's what I think. Anyways, I don't know why it went up. But my fault, what I do know was my fault to place very heavy quantities. And when I say very heavy quantities, I mean for me. Generally, if I'm placing 0.15 or 0.05, so I have grown my account by placing orders of 0.05 lots. But now I've suddenly started taking 0.25 lots, and it's definitely more for me as compared to what I have been doing. So these are some behaviors that I have exhibited and ended up losing a great chunk of my profit today. I hope you all get to learn something from this and subscribe, like, share if you like my content. Do let me know in the comments how you feel about this. Do you want me to make more of these videos? Thank you. Bye bye.